Namaste and welcome to this exciting new episode of Sattology, debunking mythology. Sat means truth, logos means study or science. Sattology means a science of truth or study of truth. Opposite of that is mythology, which means a science of fake, lie, or imagination. So mythology has destroyed the native histories of all people in the world. It's not just Hindus, it's everybody. Because the word was primarily used for India, but now it is used for everyone, including Christians used for Jews, Jews used for Christians, Christians used for Muslims, Muslims used for Christians. It goes on and on everywhere. Now, so the the fault of this word mythology is that it removes the identity of the native faiths and the native people in their culture and their beliefs also. So faith in cultures, faith in beliefs is start with the use of word mythology. So don't use it. Use Sattology. Now today I have a very special guest. We're going to talk about the art coming from Jagannath Puri temple or inspired by Puri. And now Jagannath Puri is, if you do not know, is one of the four dham prescribed for parikrama for every single follower of dharma, not just Hindus, follower of dharma, because it's one of them and is also called Purushottam Kshetra. Purushottam Kshetra means the area of the topmost person. And it is a beautiful town. I've been there so many times. I know the streets, everything I know about that city. And it has a very ancient temple. The temple predates anything Abrahamic faith ever stand for. It's so old. Now, today I have a very, very special guest. I think you saw her in the last discussion we had on Ramayana. So today we are going to talk about this place and specifically the art forms. So without delay, let's welcome Anita Bose. You're on mute.
Namaskar ji, namaskar, namaste to all of you.
So you have recently come back from Jagannath Puri. What was your so what was your feeling over there?
Jagannath Puri Dham is, as you told, that this is the main important four dham, one of the most important part of those four dham. And for me and for I think most of the Bengalis, also Jagannath Temple and Puri is a very auspicious place for our whole life. And whenever I visit Jagannath Dham, whenever I visit the temple and see the vigraha and taking the darshan, it's something different, beyond the words, and the divinity and the tradition, the heritage, and the history which is related with this temple. It's remarkably incredible. So really, I feel very good whenever I went there. So, and today it's a very different topic you give me. So I will try to talk on that.
So in the art form, since you have seen the art in outside India and in Jagannath Puri and also, so how do you compare the art? Is it more refined in Puri than other places, or it is different, just different?
No, it's not only the different, it's very refined and very divine also. Because I think there are no art form is there in the whole world which is directly related with any temple, which is directly related with a vigraha or with the idol. But the Puri art, the Jagannath temple, and especially this Patachitra, the art form is very specific, very different, and very divine. So this is something beyond the imagination also, I can say. And that's why this is very important to know people.
So you can share your presentation while we are talking. I'll ask you
Okay.
the question there that when you try to like compare with Bali, do you have seen any other temple compared to Jagannath Puri, first of all, in your travels?
In Bali?
In any other place have you traveled? Have you seen a temple like Jagannath Puri?
Yeah. And no, not like the Jagannath temple, but If we want to compare, we can compare with the Angkor Wat little bit, okay, and maybe Brahmanan temple also. That was also very ancient temple. But the difference is the with the other temple and the Jagannath temple is a living entity, living deity is there. I think the whole circumstances and all those things are very different from the any other part of the world, any other different temple. You can compare with any other temple, but it is different. It's different. The if you go through the architecture also, if you go through the different type of uh, what can I say, here you can see the beautiful temple structure. This is a Nagara style temple, and there are so many stories related with Jagannath temple. It's not the story also, because the whole Orissa is depending on Jagannath temple, whole Orissa, and the royal, from the royal family to a very common people, Prabhu Jagannath and the Jagannath temple is something. Uh, what can I say? It's a feelings also, you know. This is a great part of their life, and you can see the beautiful Lord. Many of us we know that Jagannath is meaning that the Jagatnath, the Lord of the universe, and the Lord Vishnu also. They believe that the Vishnu is and me believe, I believe also that the Lord Vishnu is the form of Jagannath. So this is there is a Trinity, three deities, the divine Trinity, all are known as Balram, Shubhadra, and Jagannath. And according to Purana, according to Rig Veda, Ramayana, he is the incarnated form of the Lord Vishnu. And he is considered a non-sectarian deity. All sects of the people can participate in his worshipping. And the only temple where there is a no caste system, there is no caste bar. So Jagannath temple is really very different. And I think it is so. The presentation can see,
Oh, we
and
cannot see the presentation yet.
oh, you cannot see it.
No. Share again, please. Share.
Okay. Okay, I think I have to
So
share again.
one thing
Okay.
interesting you said was that that there is no caste bar over there. So most of the
Yes, yes, there is no caste bar, because then then you can. I just quickly go through my laptop because I think there are some problems, so I cannot show the present presentation. But yes, the Jagannath temple is very different because there the main deity, the Purahit or the priest, and those who are help to worshipping in the Ratha Jatra, they are known as the Daitapati. And those Daitapati are the Shudra. They are not Brahmins. And those Patachitra painting also, the painter also, they are belong from the different caste. And so that's not the important that only the Brahmins can do this thing. This is very important for them. I think just check that is it coming or not. I am trying to present.
it's
Is
coming
it
now.
coming now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when I do the full screen, there are some problem. Let's check once more if it is working. So this is the beauty of Jagannath temple, that there is no caste
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah, do
Mhm.
one thing, go to the first slide and then do show it.
Yes. Yeah. Is it okay?
Yeah, now you do the movies thing. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's now clear. Okay.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead. You present your
Yeah.
slide. Okay.
Yeah. And as you told that this is really very ancient temple. There are so many stories related with this temple, the King Indradumna and the Brahmaji. So I will tell that story, but before I go there, I have to say that Jagannath, the Lord of the universe, and Jagannath Temple Puri also famous for whole world, in this whole world for his Ratha Jatra, famous chariot festival of the Lord Jagannath, Balabhadra, and Subhadra. And every year, thousand and thousand people are visiting this Ratha Jatra, worshipping the deities. And I think another thing is very important for Jagannath Dev or Jagannath Temple Puri, that only deities in the whole world who came out to visit, to giving his darshan for his devotees who cannot enter inside, and who maybe for their health, maybe for their different reason, they all can see the deity came out from the temple. It's not very easy for any other temple. And that Jagannath temple, as you told, that is known as the Purushottam Kshetra, Purushottam Kshetra, and at another name is Shankha Kshetra. Shankha Kshetra, because a lot of the universe was different part of the eastern India, northeast, Gujarat, and significant to the global Hindus also. And this place, when you get a picture from by drone, if you take a picture, you can see that the whole position of the puri is like a shankha, the conch, and in between there is a middle point where Jagannath temple is situated. So that is also a wonder of our ancient architecture system, ancient archaeology, the engineers who made this temple. It's really, really totally different type of temple. And this place is not only for the Vaishnav people, not only for the devotees of Vishnu, but it is believed to some Shaivas, Shaktas, even the Buddhism, the Buddhist people, the Jain people, everyone say that Lord Jagannath is related with them. And now today's topic is very different. Today's topic is one divine scroll art, which is related with Jagannath temple. So how Lord Jagannath connected with history of Patachitra and the artisans, how one art form is came to relate it with the idol. Because there are so many idols, there are so many Vigraha, there are so many deities in all over the world, in the Hindu deities, but there is nothing like Lord Jagannath. The story begins from here. It is known as the Snan Jatra, the auspicious bathing ceremony. I think many of you know about the Snan Jatra, the day when Jagannath, Balaram, and Subhadra came out from the temple, came out from the Garbhagriha. There is a Snan Bedi, or the place, the bathing, where they take the auspicious bathing. And it needs 108 pots of the auspicious water, and they took their bath, and after the bath they got fever, and that's why they took 14 days quarantine. If you compare with the modern world, you can say that it is like a quarantine. And Lord Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra went back to the one certain room where nobody can enter. Nobody, not the president of India also. No one can see that 14 days. No one can say take the darshan or like that. So in that period, what happened inside the temple? Is there anyone who take the worshipping because Jagannath temple is a living temple. It's not like a museum. It's not like an archaeological site. Every day, thousand and thousand people are worshipping that deities. And every year, 15 days, deities is not present inside the Garbhagriha. So who are worshipping that time? So this is the beginning of the Patachitra, a book named Madla Panji, a king named Raja Indradumna, King Indradumna, and there is eternal relation with Lord Jagannath. This 15 days period known as the Anashara or Anavashara, they took rest. Just like in the quarantine, the 14 days, we don't go outside, and there are different type of medicine, there are different type of food we need for that 14 days. The same thing happened with Lord Jagannath, Balaram, and Subhadra. And in that period, inside the Puri temple, there were 3 Patachitra. Patta is a Sanskrit word. Patta means the cloth, the textile, the cloth means patta. And the painting which is done on that patta or on that cloth is not as the poti or the Patachitra. So this is the beautiful Patachitra painting which is actually worshipped that 15 days inside the temple. So the first one is Balabhadra, the white one, the four hands, and then the yellow face. This is a beautiful deity, the Shubhadra or Bhuvaneshwari Devi, and this is the Nrsimha Avatara, is like a Jagannath. So this is called Anasharapati. And this traditional painting is so rich with history and with different type of uh, feelings and different type of art and culture. It's unbelievable. Here you can see a beautiful Patachitra of the Radha and Krishna. It's made by me. Actually, I was fortunate to do research on the whole community who are making this Patachitra. Who are those people? Why are they making this thing? So I got an opportunity, and 6 years I worked on them. There is a small village known as the Raghurajpur. It's 11 kilometers away from Puri, Jagannath Puri. And there is a village named that Raghurajpur, and those village, the artisans are dedicated their life for only for this Patachitra. Actually, India or Bharatvarsha is full with various jewel of the art, that if you go to Bihar, you can get the Madhubani painting. In Orissa, Patachitra. In southern part, it's a Tanjore painting. In Bengal, it's the Katha stitch, and there is different type of painting. But no one is related. No one is related with the divinity. Actually, if you want to ask that why I start this journey, because there are so many people, they are going every year in the Puri, and but very few of us known about the Raghurajpur village, very few of us known about the Patachitra. So why I am doing on this work, why I do the research, why I learned that painting, because of Swami Vivekananda. Swamiji once told Sister Nivedita that in every corner of India, there exist numerous indigenous artworks hidden under the sand of the time. Search for it, search for them. Search as much as eagerness as a mother search for looking for her lost child. Don't stop until you find them and establish their presence to the world. This word coming from the Swami Vivekananda, and this word changed my life. And that's why I am an artist, but I never went any art college. I am an you can say self-taught artist, but the main goal is finding my India through the art, through the culture, through the heritage, and in that way I find this Raghurajpur village, and there is a, you can say this is a auspicious thing also. uh, I visit every year, almost we visit every year, our family visit every year to Jagannath Puri. And 2 times I went there on the timing of that Snan Jatra period, so on the July, month of July, that 15 days, in between 15 days, and I don't get the darshan of Prabhu Jagannath as the idol, as the wooden Brahma. It is called Daru Brahma, that I could not see. And that time I saw first time that Patachitra. It was maybe 2010, 11, 2009, 10. And then I came to know, I associated with Ramakrishna Mission Institute of Culture, Goldberg, and I do my research on the appreciation of Indian art. And then I came to know this village. And that is really, really wonderful experience for my whole life. And it's a blessings. It's a blessings of Lord Jagannath. That how one village to related with the temple art. This is the village of Raghurajpur where those artisans live. I think there are 120 or 140 rooms. I think house, a very small house in that village, and all those people are dedicated their life from the beginning to making the Patachitra. Each one know to making the Patachitra. This is now a heritage village of under UNESCO heritage ground. But the story is very interesting. Here you can see that the Bhuashini Devi. Who is Bhuashini? Bhu means our Dharitri, our Prithvi. And who is Ashin there? Ashin means who is staying there. To sit on that is the Bhuashini Devi. And when you entered the village, you saw that temple, a small temple of the Bhuvashini Devi or Bhuashini Devi. He is actually form of Mother Durga. And there is a relation with the American friends service community also. There is a contribution of America to revive, to finding this art, because you know that there are a very long span of under when India was under the British and then the Mughal. So that time the all those art form was almost vanished, and people don't get any money from there. People don't live. We need to live to. Want money for living our life, but that time there was no one who can give a help, who can help them and patronize them for doing this art. But after 1947, after our independence, there was a lady, American lady known as the Helena Jolie, and he was member of the American Friends Service Committee, and and they have their job in the Bhubaneswar. Her husband was working there, and she was in Odisha between 1950 to 1955 and traveled through other region India from 1955 and 59 before arriving in UK. During her time of traveling, Helena Jelly was engaged in the various aspects of social work in Odisha. And this took the form of, for example, organizing the Odisha Art Emporium in Puri under the auspices of the Indian art government. And once she roaming that village and she saw the painting in the wall, and she was struck very much that who did those paintings, so beautiful painting in every row, in every house outside the world. And then she came to know about the historical form of the Patachitra. And then the finding and she gives some example, and she give them order to make some Patachitra, and she did the exhibition in the US and UK. And then again in 1966, 1967, Sharola Devi and Kamala Devi from the Art and Culture Department, they try to reviving this Patachitra. And nowadays it's little bit known to many people. Not many people, but few people know about it. But there is a historical evidence in the Birinchi temple in the Bagura district, and this is known as the oldest Patachitra style of painting. And Patachitra is the familiar to the eye, close to the heart, bring joy. And you asked me that is it different from the different art? Yeah, the other art. Yes, this is different. This is very fine art. This is very you can say it's one kind of meditation. You can do the meditation through this art. And for my passion for learning, and I learned this thing, and I do the all the paintings, and then I write the book, and this is a 6 years journey of the about the Patachitra and all those things. Now the relation between the art and history. Here you can see the picture where you can see that each and every artist home is looks like that. This ancient art form is well related with the history, and now it is the, you can say this is the fact also. So this is the art of vibration and the meditation. There are so many vibrant color they are used, the intricate lines and the significant art of the Patachitra, just like the meditation, but it is in the open eyes. Very thin lines are used for their painting. They make Dasavatara, they make Padma lotus. But what is the story? This is a, you can see that is a big Ramayana Patachitra. It's almost 7 feet. I know this is a big Patachitra of the 7 feet, and this is the Ganesha. It's not like that those people are only making the Jagannath Balaram Subhadra, but the artisans make the Ganesha Patachitra, the Shakta Patachitra, the Mother Durga, and all those things. And what they are used for the color? They use the natural color and step-by-step creation. The natural color is coming from the Koraput district. And this is a small soft stone. They grind the stone. All the women of the village, they grind the stone, and the color is coming. The white is coming from the conch shell. The blue, yellow, and the red is coming from that stone. And black is coming from our, it's like a, you know, that we put the kajal, so that black lamp. So, and the brushes also made by the thin brushes like a needle is made by the goat, from the belly of the goat. They collect the thread from there. And this is a different type of ganja papato, and the talapatra painting also depend on the you can get from that village. And here the Banamali Maharana, this is one kind of card. The card game also very ancient in India, and this is called the Dashavatar card game. And here you can see the Talapatra painting. So now I came to the story. So you can see that one village and the people how related with the art and how it is related with the temple now. There is a numerous ritual are connected with the Patachitra art, because you know that 15 days when Lord Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra was not present inside the Garbhagriha, inside the temple, the king Indradumna, who actually started this temple and who did all those things, Lord, he was very sad that Prabhu, I cannot saw you 15 days. How can I live then? Then there was it said that Daivavani or Lord Jagannath gave a advice through Brahma that Indradumna, don't be sad. I will be there, but on the Pato Chitra. You give order to your artisans to make my painting on the potter. And that 15 days, inside the Puri temple, these three potters were worshipping. And that rituals came through so many years. It's believed that in the 12th century, another king, Charangodev, he found and revived this temple. But before that, there are not particular date anyone can say that how old this temple and how old those rituals. But it is continued till date. And each year, that 15 days, Jagannath temple, inside the Jagannath temple, this three Patachitra is worshipping as like as the deity, as like as the same rituals, same things which is happen with the Jagannath Dev as a Daru Brahma, same thing happened with this Patachitra. And there are numerous rituals are connected when it is starting for the painting. Few tradition and auspicious rituals. One is the Niyoga Pratha. Niyoga Pratha means someone have to take the order to start the painting which is worshipping inside the temple. Service to Lord Jagannath and Balabhadra and Subhadra. And then Sari Bandhana. Sari Bandhana is a holy cloth for head of the Chitrakar, and which is coming from the royal family of Puri, Orissa. The Raja, the king, who tied that cloth on the head of that artist. And then he got the permission to do this painting for temple. And then one is the Aggamala. Aggamala is the command garland. When he finished this painting and hand over it to the temple authority, they put a garland that you are the person who can go inside the temple and put this painting. And in the Jagannath temple, it's very, very unique that every work, there are many different people, many different family who are doing the particular job from many, many years. Maybe who are doing this painting, they have also their different community, but how they're doing this thing according to the ancient belief and the oral orientation. The king Indradumna said, how you doing, some family who are doing the painting of the Lord Jagannath. Some people are painting on the Balabhadra, some are on the Subhadra pattern, and they known as the Maharana, the title, the surname known as the Maharana. Those are painting Jagannath Patu, they known as the Maharana community. Those are painting Balabhadra Patu, they known as the Mahapatra. Those are painting Subhadra Patu, they known as the Das community. And there is a pie card, they only paint the Sudarshan Chakra. There is a beautiful another classification of the Athara Ghara Chitrakara, 18 different family who Chitrakara, who the artisans family who are related with the Jagannath Patu painting. Choddo Ghara Chitrakara, 14 families who are the related with the Balarama Pata painting, and the Choghara are 6 artisans family who related with the Subhadra Pata painting. And there is, I told before also, there are various type of pata or pati. There's a Ganesha pati, Jagannath pati, Saraswati pati. But the basic thing is either they paint their pata depending on the story of Lord Krishna's life, or the Jagannatha life, or the some incident which is related with Vishnu. And here you can see that the Dashavatar pati, the Indian Hindu beliefs that Dashavatar Stotra also we have, and they paint those painting. And this is a Kanchi Vijaya story, their beautiful story, that once upon a time, the king of the Odisha and the king of the Andhra, they are tied, they're trying to starting a talk with the, for the wedding. And the Andhra princess want to marry to the king of the Odisha, but Andhra king said that I cannot give my daughter to a sweeper. Why? Because on the day of the Ratha Jatra, the king of the Puri, I think many of you saw that thing on the over the television and maybe in the Ratha Jatra, that he came and he at first, before the starting the Ratha Jatra, he gave swiped the he give the he broomed that dust and he swept that thing. So he is a for Andhra king, he was a sweeper, and he said that I cannot give my daughter to a sweeper. And that was a very insulting moment for the Orissa, and Orissa king attacked Kanchi. First time he could not get the win, but the second time he prayed to Lord Jagannath that it is an insult for not only for me, because I am doing this work for you. So please give me support and do, and I need to attack Andhra, and I want to win on that word. And there is a story that when the all the soldiers and the king is coming go on the road, one this is known as the Manika, he was a milk vendor. She was a milk vendor, and she saw that 2 horses coming, and one man is white skin and another one a very dark skin, and they said, oh mother, we are very hungry, please give your milk and all those kheer and all those sweet. And Mother Manika, she gave all those things, and then she asked that give my money, because I am a very poor lady. Please give my money. And then those two, you can say those two people said that, okay, please take this ring and give it to the king. King will give you money. And after that, the procession is coming, the soldier is coming, and that Mother Manika is to stand before the road, and she said, oh, please stop and give my money. Give this ring. What I will do with this ring? Please give my money, because all those sweet and all those milk your soldier has already ate. And then there is something different type of noise, and people don't believe that how can you get this ring, and maybe you are a theft like that. And then king came to know about this, and king came down from his chariot and came to Mother Monika and asked what happened. And then she said that no, there is a 2 person who are coming to a black horse and one a white horse, and they ate all my sweet and milk and give this ring, and said that show this to the king and king will give you the money. And king was surprised to see that that was the ring from Lord Jagannath. And then he understand that this time that Jagannath and Balabhadra with him, so he must be won the fight. And it is really, really that, and he won the Kanchi Vijaya. Kanchi was the kingdom of the Andhra, and the king get on them. And so the Kanchi Vijaya Pata is very famous in Patachitra. And the Gaja Pata is this elephant is made by all the whole picture is made by the human body. This is known as the Gajapata, and this is the Navagunjara Pata, one beautiful animal. But that animal, if you see that there is a 9 different animals conjugated, and this is called the Vishnu, the Navagunjara Pata. And it is not only like that, the artisans have not a bar for that, that I only paint the Vishnu pata or I only say the story of the Krishna, but they can make the Shakta pata, the Shakti. Here you can see the beautiful Mother Durga, and this is known as the Goshai. And this ancient time, the Jatri means the traveler. Travelers came and visit to the temple, and all of us, we believe that something, when we came back to go back to home, we have to take something from that temple for our memory, and that for that they make that Jatripoti. Jatripoti is not made on the cloth, but Jatripoti is made on the paper. But the Raghurajpur village is not only famous for the Patachitra, there is an important different three aspects of Orissa life. One is the Guru Kelucharan Mahapatra, the birthplace of the Orisi dance in that village. And the Patachitra Guru Jagannath Mahapatra also lived there. And another is the Gotipua Dance. Gotipua Dance, I think many of you know that about the beautiful dance performance by the small children. But the thing is, they are not the girl, they all are boys, and they all are doing this Gotipua. Goti means the small one, and the Pua is the Putra or the son. So Gotipua dance also very famous, because once upon a time there was a system that the Devdashi will be danced before Lord Jagannath before he's sleeping. But that custom is now not present now. So those dancers sometimes they are invited by the temple, and they show their beautiful dance, the Orisi dance, to Lord Jagannath and the other place also. And if you go through the Patachitra, you can see the specific figure style, which is very specific, very special for the Orissa, and that is reflected on the Patachitra. And this is the daily life of the artisans. They are paint, they on the morning, 8 o'clock, they take their bath, and then they wear the clean cloth, and they're worshipping in their home, and then they start their painting every day. This is their life. Every children, every people, they know about the painting and how the potter is making, how the color is making, everything they are doing this thing. And this is a very three great artists of the Raghurajpur Gram, Sridhar Maharana and the Sudarshan Maharana and their son. They are the national award winner artists. And I am very happy to see that the next generation, the young girls also, they are coming to in this tradition, and they are trying to keep that live. The tradition is going on, and the passion is unbelievable, because you know that artisans never get the money properly, because we don't give them the proper price for their art, but they are never ending, their passion is never ending. And women empowerment, but it is related with the women empowerment. Slowly and slowly the visitors came to the Raghurajpur village, and they help them, they buy something. And they also make some mask. They also make some mask, and you can see that how they make the mask. And the all the ladies are working on that. And this beautiful mask of the Lord Jagannath, Balaram, Shubhadra, and the Ganesha, they are doing. And the women have a very particular pivotal role to making all this color, the grinding, because this is all those things are a natural color use. But you know that the situation of the artist is not good. And the second thing is, we are not so much careful about our artisans life, or about helping them to buy the painting or like that. So they transform their art to the home decoration. And here you can see beautiful paper mache and the small wooden structure of Lord Balaram, Jagannath, and the Shubhadra, and the betel nut, and the coconut, and the glasses. The beautiful art. It's a beautiful, colorful art. And Raghurajpur is also famous for its stone carving. This is a beautiful stone carving they are doing. See the all those artisans' house is a very small, narrow house, but they are remarkably doing a different type of art and culture, and they trying to do this thing. And this is the oldest Patachitra which I collected from the Bhubaneswar State Museum. The director, Dr. Jayanti Rath, helped me lots to collect all those ancient Patachitra from the State Museum of the Odisha. And this is the Sridhar Maharana. He also give me so many different type of knowledge about this Patachitra art. And here is a small video on Patachitra village, Raghurajpur. I think the music is not, maybe you cannot hear the music. This is the main entrance of Jagannath Temple, Puri. And here is the Ratha Jatra. The deity is coming to the Rath, the Lord Jagannath, Balaram, and the Subhadra. And this the relation of this Patachitra and the Raghurajpur, what you see from last few minutes is really, really very different. I trying to visit many times to this village, and I saw how dedicatedly they work. See the lines, see the beautiful art form. And this is the lotus form because Vishnu is related with lotus, Lakshmi is related with lotus, and this is the whole life of Lord Krishna, the how, the beginning. And this is the Ramayana also, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Vishnu. And this is I try to took those interview of the whole artist community and trying to help them, because when I visit first time that village, I saw they even cannot explain what they are doing, because they only know the Orissa language, they cannot explain. So this is my goal of my life, that if someone is want to know about traditional Indian art, and which is related with a great tradition, with a history, with a divinity, they can get something from my work. And that's why I am trying to say here. And this is the only one person of that village who can only make this card. I saw, I told that this is the card game. This is called as the Dashavatar card, or the 10 avatars card. And this is a small round shape. And this is the village. And here you can see that the next generation is slowly coming to in this tradition, in this cultural heritage, and they're trying to do the work. Uh, and so thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And this is my book, and the Orissa Patachitra and the Jagannath Sangskriti. And nowadays I try to give more information, and this book is coming very soon in a new form, because this time also I got many new information, and I will put on that thing. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you for coming on the show. But what I really liked is, see, there is in the Christian world, they follow a system called inculturation.
Okay.
Means wherever they have gone, so they have adopted the principles or the traditions of the locals, and then slowly put Christianity thoughts into that, Christian thoughts, and then gradually remove the local culture. It's called inculturation. And another one is called syncretism, which is they start building the similarities, like Jagannath is this, and then this is this, and then that's how they confuse the locals. Uh, and I have also seen this same art form used by them in Odisha for their messaging also, because they give money for doing all those things. So do you think there is a more the Indian community or the local people have to do to promote their own cultures and arts? Obviously people like us would like to do that from the US, but do you think the local people have to do something more to promote their art?
Yes, we should do, because but slowly, there is a good sign. There are so many local people who are now giving the giving gift of the Patachitra or the Patu art for their wedding ceremonies or any other cultural ceremonies. But not many, because I came to know that those people are not so much willing. I told you now that we are not so willing to buy the paintings. But if we think that this is not only the paintings, this is a lively, this is our tradition, this is our heritage, and which is really very unique, we support them. So I will request to all those local people and all the community of the Orissa and the other place of the India also, to please give support, please give patronize, because today's world is not for the belong from the Raja or the king or like that, but we can do it. we can do it. We can share some of our time, we can share some of our money also to promote this art. I try my as much as I can do. So I tried it to do it in a different presentation and different small exhibition in Thailand and in Kolkata also. So I hope that if we can come in front and we help them, then maybe this pure Indian art will be definitely provide a very ancient essence of Indian culture.
Thank you so much, Anita ji, for coming on the show, and thank you so much for sharing this. Jagannath
And
Puri
if
is one
there
of
are any question from your side, you can ask, because there are so many things is related, with these paintings and all those things.
you have covered detail in your presentation, and I think we'll do another show for some other forms, and also we'll go deeper into some other section, including your book. But thank you for
Mhm.
coming on the show, and also for the viewers. It's
Mhm.
important to India is a native country, like the whole country is built is the original culture. So it's time for us to promote it, and also s- understand what are the Christian, the papal policies or papal bulls which affect India. Papal bulls, if you do not know, these are the decrees by the Roman Vatican Church, and they try to infiltrate through any way possible to destroy the native culture. You need to be aware of that, and especially in states like Odisha, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. All these states are vulnerable states because of people are very civilized. They take advantage of that. If people are civilized, they fool you. Because the civilized person assumes that the person is good, but these people, they are only there to promote their faith. I live in USA, and I can tell you very frankly, because in USA we are also going to start these kind of projects where we also infiltrate their societies. One of my last books was the Hindu Bible, which is a copy of Bhagavad Gita for them, and we could do something more here to promote the Native American cultures and Native Hindu cultures. Thank you so much, Anita ji. Namaste.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I just want to say last thing, that there is another art form of the Madhubani, and which is related with the Ramayana.
That's
And
right.
that is also related from the beginning of the Sita's wedding ceremony. So
That's right.
one day we can also discuss on that. And
Absolutely.
until date, the artisans of the Raghurajpur, they don't like to do anything other. I know there are provocation and there are money to change the art form. I know that thing. But till the date, by the grace of Lord Jagannath, they are continue their work. So hopefully one day they can definitely get some big support, and you can also do something for them. And
Yes.
my thanks to you, Sattology, and all the viewers for listening this thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jai
Namaste.
Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath.